my name is Erica and welcome to the Beat, inspired by Steezy's reverse choreography. We have connected 4 dancers and 4 music producers in a collaboration that takes a new spin in our usual ways of creating choreography. Today, we have Isabelle, who will be creating a choreography to no music, and Marco, who will be creating a track to her moves. Let's get to know this season's artists.
Hi everyone, I'm Isabelle and I'm from NUS Dance Blast. I've been dancing for about 14 years now, and I do mainly choreo fusion contempt, so choreo contempt. So the first thing was deciding how many beats per minute I wanted to choose. So I decided to go for 96 BPM because it was not too fast but also not too slow, and that gave me about 10/8 in total. So how I choreographed was I was at the studio, put on the beats per minute and just thought like, okay, so where do I start now? On the floor? On my feet? Left? Right? So in the end I just thought like, okay, you know what? Let's focus on the movement. Let's just think about dance and what dance really is. So I just thought, okay, let's just go for it. Whatever comes, whatever goes, piece it together and then it'll form something beautiful eventually. Usually I choreograph with music that has different layers like lyrics, beats, flow, instruments and all. So this was definitely a big challenge. Also people around me thought I was meditating because they went tuk, 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 but actually I was not. But essentially, like what I said previously, it's about the movement. In the end, fun and meaning comes in as well, but dance is primarily movement. So I just blocked out all the things that usually influence me and just went for movement. I didn't really want to fix an idea because I didn't want to kind of expect my producer to add songs that I wanted him to add in a sense, you know, so I didn't want to have a picture already. I just went for something that I'm comfortable with, a bit more flowy, some sharp movements, and what I think I'm pretty good at and more comfortable with. Yeah, so I just went with the flow and everything and added in levels, directions. Those are things that I played with more this time. So some of the concepts that I wanted to include in this dance were a lot of hand movements. I wanted to gesture, I wanted to walk and have my body kind of just flow with my hands. I wanted to add some floor work as if I'm floating, kind of in a sense. Also a bit of sassy movements here and there to kind of add a mixture and a fusion of street dance and choreography and contempt together. My choreography process took actually quite a while. I started actually maybe 2 weeks ago, but I stopped at 2/8 because I had a choreo block. And then I tried actually a few days ago to continue my choreography, but there were some parts where I just thought it didn't really match. So I took a break for a little while and then I just went back to think about it, to reflect and to try new things again. So instead of focusing on what I'm stuck at, I tried something new, connected different steps, and that actually fit better in my opinion. So it can take a while sometimes, but in the end it will work out. Hey Marco, Belle here. I think you're gonna have a very interesting time piecing music together, but I'm really stoked to see what you have in store, and I know that you do an awesome job. So, 加油!
Hello, I am Marco Lorenzo de Mesa, and I am from Salle University, Manila. I am a violin player of the Lasallian Youth Orchestra. So first, I watched the video and then I tried to mind the movement and the energy of the dancer. From there, I tried to decode the story and the plot or the concept that the dancer is trying to express or to impart to the audience. After that, I try to respond through the music track. Then from this, I realized that this is somehow similar to scoring a film or a movie, where they try to effectively impart the plot, the setting, or the emotion, or just emphasize it. Next is to break the piece down to sections. While working with the track, what if this sound effect, this instrument works well? What if that works? What if it doesn't work, right? So explore the possibilities of the process. Okay, so here I am at my DAW or DAW. First, let me talk about the concept that I developed for this video, for this choreography. So I created this concept that she was like rising in the east and then setting in the west. So she was like a sun. With that concept, the sun, I thought the key should be G. Why? Because key of G, in other words, sol, when you translate it in English, it means sun. So key of G is sol and then sun. The movements that she was doing, it reminded me of elemental bending from Avatar: The Legend of Aang, or The Last Airbender. She was like bending the elements water, earth, fire, air. So later I'll show you how I incorporated that. First, I broke down the sections as mentioned earlier. Morning, during the day, and the duration of the day where you do all the activities, and then night. So let me go through the parts. Here she starts at the right, so the sun rising the east. So what I did there, I looked for ambient sounds that can remind us of morning. So here I have an ambient sound that's just a free sound effect, and then that's the sound of nature and birds. And then I started with a synth. I recorded a synth here. So I added a harp and a tom. It proceeds to the part where she's getting up. So I proceeded to adding more of the instruments. So I added a hi-hat sound just to have this small build up in a sense. And then I have this flute so that it can tie well with the strings and the synth, giving us an idea that it's still morning, and with the hi-hat it's just building up. I have two risers, because I found out that they sound cool to get together. Flute comes. Volume is rising, riser. Okay, I added that boom because it's like a closing barrier to the morning sequence. Next, we have the day part. But before the day part, I actually added some transitions like here. Yeah, I recorded my voice that says sun comes up and we're dancing all day. Yeah, I just incorporated the idea of her dancing, and here's the transition part. So riser, here is where the day starts. We can see in the timeline that there is a kick and clap snare, and then that's just like a hip-hop sound here. Yeah, I have a bass here. That's an 808 bass for the kick, and then the same hi-hat from earlier, and then just a repeating dance. I followed her big energy and flowy energy with this type of music, so it's like an interpretative hip-hop, right? So remember I earlier said about Avatar: The Last Airbender and her moving, like bending elements, water, earth, fire, air. So I added sounds. First I added water. Yeah, it looks like she's bending water. And then the next element is earth. I added earth. The next movement is fire. Look at the next movement. Boom. then air. This is air. So I actually added all the elements from Avatar. The whole duration of the day goes like this. Water. Earth. Fire. And air. Next part is the night or the evening. So I added a transition where the high energy should fall into a lower-ish energy. I added this, what do you call this? Decaying sound or falling sound. And then I added a clock sound. I added this because, time is running out and it's slowly getting nighttime. So I started actually with combining first the transition, falling action. And then lastly, for the evening, I added evening sounds. And actually, all day, the ambient sound is playing, so you can hear birds and nature everywhere. Lastly, I added for the night part. She moves, falling down into a crouch position. So I added strings and then flutes again, just to resolve from the first part, and then tie it up again to the last part. And then I added an intro from one of my favorite songs. It's Dreamy Night from Lily Pichu. And lastly, when she was in a crouch position, I added this Twinkle Twinkle Little Star melody. Yeah, just to remind us that it's nighttime. Yeah, so that's my track. Yeah, it was a great challenge. I put two concepts together and I had fun with it. I looked for many sound effects and tried to mimic the sounds of nature. And at the same time, I put elements of electronic music. This was very fun. I actually enjoyed making this track, and hopefully Belle likes this. To Isabelle, thank you for this wonderful dance choreography of yours. I know it was a challenge that you were dancing to only a metronome and you were dancing to no music at all. That shows that you're a very talented dancer and overall a great artist. I hope my track, the music that I created, gave justice to your piece. And then lastly, I just hope you like it. Thank you.
Man, it's so magical. Wait. Something happened. I don't know how to react to this. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. My heart is still pounding from what I just watched just now, and I really love it. The whole piece was actually about a starting, a climax, and then the ending, which is kind of like the beginning as well. And I think Marco really took that and he captured it in terms of the graceful, magical to the bit more warrior fighting Mulan, back to a natural and magical, and I think that was really spot on for Marco. The whole process for me it was really interesting, from choreographing to no music, just beats and counts, and then seeing the dance with the music. It was really eye-opening, and I think it shows me that dance can be made different ways. Not just the conventional music and dance, but also dance and then music, or any way that you want to as well. Just go for it and be creative. And to my newfound friend Marco, thank you for the times that we talked on Telegram and bonded, and I think that this chemistry really helped us to, helped us to kind of have this like thing with each other, and we synced up really well. So hopefully if we're done, we can collab again in the future.
We hope that you enjoyed this episode of To The Beat. If you liked what you saw or heard today and want to follow our dancer or music producer, here are their socials. To The Beat was produced by NUS Center for the Arts as part of our ExxonMobil Campus Concerts series, or EMCC for short. If you liked this episode of To The Beat, stay tuned for the next one. Keep tuning in to EMCC's virtual stage, but for now, this is Erica signing off.